You can stick them to a surface and pile them up.
Oh, dude, people are going to be making dicks and balls just like they did in Zelda.
Video games, video games. Video games, video games.
So if you've been following my stream, we've been keeping up with Donkey Kong Bananza. And we watched the Nintendo Treehouse presentation of it, which was pretty long. I think it was 40 minutes, if not close. I think there was actually 2 different videos we watched. And at the end of that, I just felt like, Like, I don't know if I want this game. I was kind of 50-50 because everything we saw, it just seemed like you run around as Donkey Kong just breaking rocks or smashing walls. And that was it. It looked very pretty and very boring. It was like the most amazing looking boring thing I've ever seen from Nintendo. But now they have a new direct that just came out the other day, which I have not seen. It's apparently 15 minutes or so long. I think it's less than 20. They have 15 minutes to get me, to grab me, to make me want this game. And I want to want this game. Because all I got on the Switch 2 right now is Mario Kart. I'm gonna need another game. And Donkey Kong would be great to want. So Nintendo, you got 15 minutes to get me to want to buy this game. So let's check this out.
When the world felt so cruel and bleak, when the hole looked so dark,
I already forgot what that thing is called.
deep, hard as rock, cold as stone, I was scared.
What is this song?
Alone. Then your beat showed the way.
Better not be a copyright.
to me.
Is that Pauline? No, that looks like a little girl. So there was a little girl inside the rock?
Bananas.
It does look like Pauline, though. So we've been swerved with this rock and all the other stuff we saw. Unless Pauline's a kid now? That has to be Pauline. What other human is in the
discovery of the
Donkey Kong
century,
universe?
made right here on Ingot Isle.
Was he
This
ginger?
is excellent news for #1 banana fan, Donkey Kong. However, just as he's about to enjoy the notable bananas, a sudden tempest sends him deep down underground. As his adventure begins, DK teams up with Odd Rock, but it's no rock at all. It's actually a talented young singer named
Okay, so it is Pauline. I guess this is where we're just gonna have to realize that Nintendo continuity is just not a thing. I couldn't make sense in this timeline how Pauline is a kid with the same Donkey Kong that's in the current games where Pauline is an adult. It's Nintendo, who cares?
It's no rock at all. It's actually a talented young singer named Pauline. Now, Donkey Kong just wants bananas. And Pauline wants to find a way back home to the surface. It's said that one's wish will be granted by reaching the planet core. So the unlikely
The
duo
planet
set
core.
off on a strange subterranean adventure.
How did they keep her out? How did they do that entire treehouse without showing her? I mean, we saw so much gameplay in that, and she wasn't in there at all.
Where the scenery changes, the deeper you go. Some layers are so
We good on volume?
that it's hard to believe you're underground. DK can run, jump, and climb through each environment. Using his incredible physical prowess, you can freely move in any direction. But
See, the traversal looks very fun. I don't have any issue with that. My point is, what are you doing the traversal for? What are you going to end up doing when you get where you're trying to go?
almost anything in your path, you can smash, crash, and bash.
See, she's with him the whole time. So they did something with the build that they showed off at the treehouse to just remove her.
You can even do this to a massive rock formation. You know, if you want. As you barrel through obstacles in your path, you'll also collect golden bananas known as Banandium gems.
Banandium gems.
More on those later.
She's basically Diddy.
Let's take a look
can
at
you
some of
switch
the
to her?
things this Kong can do. Punch. Smash enemies. Walls. The ground. And most things you can get your hands on with incredible force. Destruction can lead to discoveries. So set off a chain reaction and see what happens. Dive punch. Unleash a powerful punch directly downward. How deep you punch into the ground depends on the strength of the terrain. Roll forward. Roll at high speed and send lighter objects soaring.
What's up, Brandon?
Combine this with punches and jumps to really mix things up.
All right, Nintendo, listen. It's 17:42 long. We're 3:51 in. And I'm seeing nothing new. So you now got about 14 minutes to make me want this game.
And slap. Make some noise to collect scattered items. Or detect hidden objects using sonar. You can even use your feet when your hands are occupied. Tear off. Grab a chunk of terrain and tear it off. Or tear up turnips to find items. And even tear chunks off your foes. Swing. Grab a chunk and swing it to a
Okay, enemies. All right, whoa. I need more of that. Why was that like 2 seconds?
Swing. Grab a chunk and swing it to attack. Harder chunks
I need more of
can be
that
used to break
stuff
stone
to know
with
that it's
ease.
there. And it's not this empty
Or
world
smash
for so
spiky
long.
thorns. Chunk jump. Use a chunk to double jump. This will help you reach new heights. Throw. Throw a chunk. Or aim at a target like this. Throwing a boomerang.
See, what I'm
or
seeing so
gold.
far, and this is where I'm hoping they prove me wrong and show me something different, is this giant open area with nothing there that you just destroy. And every once in a while, there's like 2 enemies hanging out. That's what I'm saying, and this is what we saw in the treehouse, how this game looks really boring. And they now have 13 minutes to make me think otherwise.
Can have explosive effects. If you throw chunks made of softer material, you can stick them to a surface and pile them up.
Oh, dude, people are going to be making dicks and balls just like they did in Zelda. That's the day of release. Day of release. You know how many dick creations we're going to see with this
Or
ability?
aim at a target like this.
Yeah, just like Tears.
Throwing a boom rock or gold can have explosive effects. If you throw chunks made of softer material, you can stick them to a surface.
Yeah, we're going to have dicks and balls made with this. Looks like Astrobot outdid current Nintendo for these kind of games. We'll see. We still got 12 minutes left. It's interesting because Astrobot is influenced by everything Nintendo too, you know? Hydra Dick.
Turf Surf. This lets you
That's
ride
cool.
on chunks.
It's like the shield surfing in Zelda.
Speed up and aim for smaller enemies to knock them
See, that
away.
looks fun.
Make music. The power of Pauline's singing will help show you the way. It can also remove these strange seals that someone left behind.
Do it, DK!
You never know what you'll discover in the underground
See,
world.
show me more of this stuff.
Strange seals that
Traversing
someone
through an area
left
with enemies trying to kill you. That's what I want to see. Like this.
You never know.
But like
what
that looks
you'll
like the
discover in
only enemy.
the underground world.
This game is gorgeous though, man. It looks so cool.
So carve your own path with DK's abilities.
See, 2 enemies. It's always 2 enemies.
The many layers of the underground world are host to a variety of inhabitants. Some are mysterious and aren't too bothered by DK's destructive tendencies. It looks like Cranky Kong and his companion
Ramby's back.
Ramby are also venturing through the layers of the world. Then there are the giant elders who call the underground world home. They're said to possess ancient Bananza powers.
Is that,
By learning their Bananza powers, Pauline's singing can do something special. She can make Donkey Kong transform with incredible
So he
destructive
probably gets from every one of those elders in every single area, probably gives him a new ability like this.
Even hard terrain poses no problem. Plow through the world and smash as much as possible with the powerful Kong Bananza. Plus, DK can transform into a zebra. He's as speedy as he is striped.
But do you see
He
this?
can
This
even
is what I'm
breathe.
talking about, and this is what has me concerned. Watch him run across this beach as the zebra. There's nothing there. It's a big empty area, and I think there's one enemy way in the background. It just looks very empty.
As speedy
There's nothing
as
there.
He is striped. He can even
And that
breathe
wasn't
over
even an
water.
enemy. It was one of those arrow guys.
Or crumbling pathways. That's the swift Zebra Bananza.
Those look like Mario Odyssey
Yeah,
enemies.
He can also turn into an ostrich. A flying ostrich. Spread your wings and soar through the sky. You can use updrafts to gain more air. Then drop egg bombs from great heights to send enemies scattering.
2 enemies. Oh,
That's
3
right,
enemies.
It's ostrich.
All right, 4
Bananza.
enemies. Okay, that's making me feel a little better.
Bananza transformations don't last forever, though. You can transform again by collecting gold to build up your Bananergy.
Bananergy. My hunch is this team for this game is a blend of some Breath of the Wild, Tears, and Odyssey team. You're not excited to be an ostrich? If it's fun. My main concern is that, no, not that you'll be stuck running, that there's nothing to do in this giant world but break rocks and break walls. And I've not seen enough yet to change my mind on that. It looks very open and empty. They got 10 minutes left.
You're not limited to when or where you transform, and you can swap between transformations. So get creative and use them as you adventure to the planet core.
What was I expecting from an open world DK game? Not this. I don't even know if I would expect an open world like that. I mean, it's not my preference. Like, I would prefer, Donkey Kong Country style. Is there a map? I'm not sure. If Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, that is not an empty, bland world, You don't get that wow or innovation feeling you used to get when seeing new Nintendo games. They got 9 minutes and 38 seconds.
Standing in our hero's way is the Void Company, the mightiest mining operation.
Okay, show me some boss
above
fights or
ground
something.
and below. Grumpy Kong works to create gigantic corporate soldiers. Poppy Kong is responsible for subterranean info gathering, while Void Kong is in charge of the whole company. This nefarious crew is responsible for the banana-stealing maelstrom on Ingot Isle, and they're heading straight down to the planet core.
The planet core? But no! I'm going with DK, so you just stay away!
Void Code blocked off all the routes to the lower layers, so no one could reach them. DK and his pals will come face to face with the enemies guarding these routes. So use all the power at your disposal to take on a host of
Okay, this looks very cool. Let's rewind this. This is what I want to see.
DK and his pals will come face to face with the enemies guarding these routes. So use all the power at your disposal to take on a host of powerful foes. By defeating them, giant sinkholes will open, clearing a path to the lower layers of the underground world.
Oh god, the depths. Like tears.
Found throughout the underground world are golden bananas called Banandium gems. They're not always visible though. Sometimes they're buried in the walls, the ground, and other places. There are a whole bunch to find.
There's a lot of old school Donkey
You can
Kong
also
music in
obtain
this.
these gems by completing challenges in the ruins found throughout your adventure.
Let's do this!
Alright, this stuff looks cool.
Challenges include time-limited battles, courses where you'll
This reminds me of like going in the doors in Odyssey.
side-scrolling stages, and more.
Alright, I'm really liking the looks of this stuff.
Keep your eyes peeled to find the Banandium gems. There are plenty of ruins to discover, so give them a try.
You getting something on Nintendo, Scott? Alright, this stuff looks fun. This challenge stuff. So I wonder how much of the game this is. Depths of an Atmosphere, though? Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Like when you go in the doors in Mario Odyssey to do those courses? That's what this stuff reminds me of. You get skill points?
As you collect Banandium gems, you'll gain skill points. These can be used to increase
Donkey
stats
Kong
such as your max
RPG?
health or the destructive power of your punches. Power up Donkey Kong to match your playstyle. For example, if you strengthen your sonar, you'll be able to detect treasure from further away, which could lead to new discoveries. Or use skill points to learn new skills. There are all sorts of items to find as you explore.
Thank you for your support.
Banandium chips are shaped like slices of banana. And they can be traded for Banandium gems at the chip exchange. These gold nuggets are, unsurprisingly, called gold. You can exchange gold for useful items at the stuff shop.
This looks like the Mario Odyssey
There are
shop.
fossils too.
I mean, I see the Mario Odyssey stuff in
Like
here.
slices of banana.
You know, the shops.
And they can be traded for Banandium gems at the chip exchange. These gold nuggets are, unsurprisingly, called gold. You can exchange gold for useful items at the stuff shop. There are fossils too.
Good one!
You can trade these for different fashions at local style shops. Just open the closet and customize the perfect fits for Donkey Kong and Pauline. Or even change up your fur color. No look is too much for Donkey Kong, or too little. Almost every article of clothing comes with its own
That's cool.
benefits. So mix
That's
and match your look
Zelda-ish.
to suit the situation.
One of my favorite things about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is trying to find all the outfits to help me in certain areas of the game. I like when the clothing has abilities.
Almost every article of clothing comes with its own benefits. So mix and match your look to suit the situation. If you find a treasure chest buried in the ground, Crack it open, and you might receive a treasure map showing the location of Banandium gems or fossils.
I like treasure maps.
Their locations will be marked on your map. Pretty helpful for finding collectibles. You can
If you have
also
to
see
solve
which
them.
fossils and Banandium gems you've collected, making it easy to see how close you are to completion. There's plenty more to do in the underground world when not adventuring. Need a rest? Carve out a space and enjoy a getaway where you can recover in bed. And enjoy listening to tunes with the music player. You might even find new discs when defeating enemies. When it comes to moving between layers, subterranean eels have your back. These elevators will help you easily move between layers you visited at any time.
Elevators.
And if you get lost, no need to worry. You can always teleport within the layer you're currently exploring.
Teleport there?
Say what you want, but Nintendo just meshed the latest Zelda games with Mario Odyssey, customized for Donkey Kong. Well done. We'll see. We got 4 minutes left.
Photo mode, you can freely change the in-game camera angle and adjust other settings to snap pics. Get a photo like this, or that. Unleash your inner shutterbug and create your own captivating scenes. By sharing a Joy-Con 2 controller or using a second set, you and a pal can control Donkey Kong and Pauline separately to buddy up.
Your opinion has changed since we got past the stuff we only saw in Treehouse. Yeah, the second half of this has been much better.
Co-op play. As Pauline, you can unleash vocal blasts using Joy-Con 2 mouse control.
So second player can
You
control
can also copy
Pauline.
the material of nearby terrain to give your vocals even more texture. By working together, even tough enemies don't stand a chance. This game also supports Game Share. Even if only one player has the game, they can quickly share it to another player so they can join on their own system. It can also be shared locally to a Nintendo Switch system.
How?
Plus, you can play online.
How would
between
this
Nintendo-
run on a Switch 1?
It can also be shared locally to a Nintendo Switch system.
How? The only thing I can think of, and again, I don't understand any of this technology. That's what I was going to say. It's using the Switch 1 as a controller that's affecting the gameplay on the Switch 2, and it's just playing a video of what's happening on the Switch 2. So you're not actually playing on the Switch 1. You're using it as a controller, so it looks like you're playing on the Switch 1, but it's just a video feed from the Switch 2, which this is essentially being used as a controller for. Does that make sense? I don't think the game's actually running on the Switch.
Plus, you can play online between Nintendo Switch 2 systems using Game Share via Game Chat. If you need a little help with all the platforming action, Assist Mode is the way to play. It guides you in the right direction, halves the damage you receive, and more. Assist Mode supports you in your adventure to be the best Kong you can be. Outside of the main game, there's a mode where you can
Donkey
carve
Kong
stone
country
using
music.
mouse controls called DK Artist. Rotate to paint.
No, I think the Switch 1 is being a controller. They're playing Pauline. Again, I'm speculating. The Switch 1 is just like this. It's another controller inputting to the Switch 2, but the Switch 1 is showing a streamed image of what's happening on the Switch 2. So it appears like you're playing it on the Switch 1, but you're really not. That's what I think.
Carve material. Or add some back on.
They just draw a turd out of his head.
You can even change the lighting and add delectable banana effects. Give it a try and sculpt to your heart's content. This game also supports Amiibo accessories. A new Donkey Kong and Pauline Amiibo.
I have not got on the Amiibo train, and I'm happy. They're too
Scanning it
expensive.
unlocks Pauline's diva dress.
I feel like if I buy one, I would then
Donkey
keep
Kong
buying them.
series Amiibo shown here.
Whoa, hold on.
Kong tiles with
Did you see King K. Rool and Diddy? Okay. This tells me that Diddy is in the game and King K. Rool is in the game. Interesting. Although we do have older Donkey Kong model Amiibos too. But interesting.
Donkey Kong series Amiibo shown here, gold Kong tiles with explosive power will appear.
You have to have an Amiibo to get those
released up to this
Donkey
point
Kong
is
country
also
letters.
compatible. If you scan them, you'll get giant spheres like these.
Look at us,
DK?
small, two together.
I love to sing more than anything. I have this dream.
Probably cost 10 cents to make what, the Amiibos?
You and me, we can make it more than a dream.
We're breaking through, down to the core. No stopping us, not anymore. Get him, DK! Inside the door, I found the key.
Join the powerful Donkey Kong and the talented singer Pauline as they set out on an adventure to the fabled planet Core.
Oh, whoa. Hold on. Rewind. Why they just try to slip that by everybody? It's Diddy and Dixie. They just fly in on Rambi and fly off and they're like, that's it? They tried to sneak that by people.
My own special power?
I bet you King K. Rool is in this game.
Donkey Kong Bananza.
Oops.
Available July 17th only on Nintendo Switch 2. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. The Donkey Kong and Pauline Amiibo
Get that off my
will also
screen.
be
I don't want to
available
watch these.
July
They're too
17th.
expensive. All right. Let's discuss what my thoughts were going into this. Breaking rocks, that's all you do. Big, boring open world, hardly any enemies. The first 5 minutes of this was what we saw at the treehouse. Made me think it was the same thing, right? But after that, it picked up for sure. The boss fights look awesome. The challenges, whether they were the normal gameplay 3D challenges or the 2D side-scrolling, look awesome. Diddy and Dixie are in this. Maybe King K. Rool is in. I think we're. There's more things we're not seeing here. It's very weird that there's an Amiibo for him. Am I 100% fears gone on this game? No. I still think there's a chance this game could be mostly boring. Mostly running around just breaking rocks with all the other fun stuff sprinkled in. I hope that's not the case, but I did see enough where I am going to get this game and I am going to give it a shot because Nintendo, at least with me, I don't know how you guys feel, has earned the benefit of the doubt when it comes to games. There's been games before in the past where I thought did not look good, and then when I played them, they were awesome. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on this. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're holding some things back. 10 to 10, but it caters to your likes. Game of the Year candidate. Family game candidate for sure, 100%, yeah. But I did see enough new stuff in here. I did see enough stuff that looks fun where I think it's a decent odds that I won't be wasting my money if I get this game, that I'll end up really liking it. And that's what I also hope that happens. These sections that do look boring are actually fun to play. Because there's a difference in watching things and playing things, and it goes both ways. I watch a lot of games, I watch people stream them that are fun to watch. But when I play it, it ain't fun to play. And I think also the opposite works, where it doesn't look like it's fun to watch, but it is fun to play. And I'm hoping that's what's happening here with those sections where you're just running around by yourself, just breaking rocks. But the other stuff looks awesome. The boss fights and the challenge levels and the side-scrolling levels and the transforming and doing all the powers. So I think this game does have a chance to be very good. I am not as wish-washy on this game as I was before. where I was 50-50, I'm probably 75-25 right now, but that pushes me over the edge where I'm going to buy this game and give them the benefit of the doubt because it's Nintendo and they have such a good track record and their games are always awesome. We're going to find out. I'm going to get this game. Well, we'll give it a shot. I'll stream it. We'll see.